news from the What the Hale schoolhouse, where there's so much going on and so much in so few days. It's hard to actually grasp everything that has happened, that is happening. But there's a tremendous amount of news going on, and to try and summarize it for everybody might be a little bit of a challenge because it is so huge, but there is a tremendous amount of breaking news. If you want to hear it, why don't you give me a thumbs up, first of all. And we are over $215,000 in regards to our legal fees now, as we have been stalked, as we have been harassed, as we have been defamed, as we have been extorted by not only the neighbors now, but other individuals as well. And so this is an impromptu live. I know some are going to be watching it as it happens. Some are going to be watching afterwards to try and get you up to speed on exactly what's going on. And we appreciate all your support. There's 847 in the live right now, 355 thumbs up, and not a single super chat yet. Wow. All right, here's what's going on. In a nutshell, formally and officially and legally filed, there are brand new, huge defendants to the federal case. A 40-plus page motion has been filed to add multiple new defendants to this federal case. And this is wave one of individuals who have jumped on this defamation conspiracy. And that's exactly what it legally is. It is a conspiracy of defamation to, number one, destroy me personally. Thank you, Julie, for the $5. Number two, to destroy my business and all income. Number three, to destroy my personal relationships personally, meaning with my loved one and with those who I love as well in different ways, and an attempt to destroy any personal relationships that I have whatsoever. Lori, thank you so much for the $5. And so it is, as somebody just said, Tim Fox just said, it's character assassination. When somebody says something about you, Brett, thank you for the $4.99. When somebody says something about you that is completely and totally false, untrue in every aspect of the way, and it's maliciously stated to destroy who you are, what you do, who you're with, it's illegal. Nancy, thank you so much for the $9.99. God bless you as well. And so, Sapphire, thank you so much for the 20. And so, with everything going on, I want to give a clear update, as there will be others who will be updating as well, no doubt, because this is a public story of interest that nobody has seen anything like this before. Top Dad, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Nobody has seen the strange behavior of stalking neighbors. Nobody has seen the strange behavior of a wannabe lawyer. Nobody's seen the strange behavior of wannabe YouTubers that have to talk about me, that have to use my name, that have to steal my content and my intellectual property because nobody else cares anything about them. So here's, in a nutshell, what's going on. Number one, I was, and we're going to talk more in depth about this on our Sunday night live stream. And we still will have a video today at 5:30, okay? WPC, thank you so much for your heart and prayers. And we appreciate all your prayers, and we covet your prayers, and we want your prayers. Do not stop praying. Mikkel's from Sweden. Even if you're in Sweden, don't stop praying. I don't think Switzerland's even neutral anymore. So you're not even neutral. All right. So you're praying for us. You're not neutral. All right. So here's what's going on. We are at the schoolhouse. We're working at the schoolhouse, getting ready for a big auction tonight. We're going to have a ton of fun. George and Deanna are right here as well. So Monday this week started out with the deposition of me. Now, obviously, I'm the plaintiff. I am the one that's bringing the lawsuit for defamation, extortion, and the list goes on, and interference with my business in every single aspect of the way. So with federal court, you can only depose somebody for so long. And the magistrate, who I will synonymously say judge, magistrate, back and forth, even though technically, Megan, thank you for the $2.99. Technically, the magistrate is not a judge, but a magistrate. And Cipralopsalat, thank you so much for the $9.99. The magistrate, where we have an entire huge list of individuals that we want to depose, has limited us down to 10. And that's understandable in the aspect that we have to take our top 10 and figure out where we're headed with that, which makes sense because they want it out of the system. I'm so cut and dry as it is already, although there are many more things to continue to complicate things. So my deposition as the plaintiff was first on the docket, and then George's was supposed to be yesterday. Mike, thank you for your prayers and for the super chat. Thomas, thank you for the super chat as well. So basically, in a nutshell, my deposition was on Monday, and the deposition was unlike anything you have ever witnessed before. Number one, the whole aspect of deuce. And yes, I'm going to use my First Amendment right. As a matter of fact, today's video is titled, I plead the first. Not, I plead the fifth! It's, I plead the first. I have every legal right to say anything that I want within the legal realms, where it's not illegal. And so deuce, number one, he tried to fuzz out the background. He doesn't want us to see what he doesn't have. It's not what he does have. He doesn't want us to see what he doesn't have. But what he did have was paper towels right here. Constantly, Tracy, thank you so much for the $10. Constantly pulling and wiping his face. And it was very odd. You must have been in the bathroom. And Georgia's saying he must have been in the bathroom on the toilet the entire time. Where my lawyer literally is asking me off microphone, has this dude had a mini stroke or something? Like, half of his face is leaning down, like it was a mess. It was a mess. And literally putting his arms in between his legs and rocking like a child back and forth. Okay. And so you have other individuals who have been named, and I'm getting to that, as defendants in this federal case today, which they will have to hire a federal judge, or excuse me, a federal lawyer to represent them. And as will Deuce, but we'll get to that as well. And so you have individuals who are trying to claim that they were in listening. They were there. They had firsthand knowledge. Now, let's keep this very, very concise and clear. They are pathological liars. As a matter of fact, even on a live stream recently, which I even told this to Deuce in the actual deposition, we don't watch what they put out. We actually screen record everything, all comments from all people involved in it. Oh, does that mean somebody right now that could be watching could be further named as a defendant in this case? Absolutely. This is wave one of additional defendants, part of a conspiracy to defame. And if you're a part of that, you are legally liable for defamation. Oh, the lawyer's calling me right now. Okay. But I'm going to put him on hold. All right. We've got Dave at $19.99. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. So that being said, Wendy, thank you so much for your $5 as well. That being said, in the aspect of this entire deposition, it was beyond concerning in regards to his actions. Now, not particularly in the deposition, but his actions before the deposition, meaning the defendant's lawyer, Lynette and Crook. So you've got a defendant's lawyer who is actively participating in defamation. Thank you so much, Sherry. I appreciate it. Your defendant's lawyer is actively participating, not only participating, but the ringleader of defamation, putting out messages stating that he's creating the anti-what-the-Hales ecosystem. To destroy me. Diane, thank you so much for the $1.99. To destroy myself, to destroy George, to destroy our business, to destroy our relationship, to destroy our life, to destroy. You get this, right? Never in my life, and probably never in your life, have you ever seen a lawyer try to depose the plaintiff when they're a part of the actual illegal activity. Yeah, that should have never happened in the first place. Nobody would stay calm. Nobody in their right mind would stay calm. So one of the things that has happened, and this is just mind-boggling, to quote Judge Craig DeThomas's, mind-boggling. that somebody before the deposition is begging and pleading, literally begging and pleading that the deposition stays sealed. Nobody can see it. Okay. So within the deposition, number one, the court reporter asked me to speak very loudly. And so where you have Deuce now filing a motion after the deposition going, please release the deposition. Everybody is going to have the written transcripts from the deposition. Now he wants the video of the deposition, which by all means, Iris, thank you for the $199. And the company is stating, no, you can't, you didn't pay for it. You realize this is like $4,000. We didn't pay for it either because we thought they were going to pay for it because they lied on the live stream. You know, the two lies, the two leeches, the walruses lied, stated, oh yeah, we're going to play it all. We can't wait. And this is a man, Deuce, who literally is stating publicly, he can't wait to depose me, as he's like a scorned child. It was one of the most unusual, one of the most concerning things I've ever seen in my life. Gary, thank you so much for the $19.99. It is a blessing more than you'll ever realize for all of you who are sending super chats. It truly is. To understand that the person deposing me is the person who is actively engaging other people in a conspiracy of defamation to destroy me. That doesn't happen in court. That should have never happened within the federal court system, and it won't again. And I'm going to tell you why in just a little bit. And so could you imagine how you would feel if the person who's actively trying to destroy your life, your business, your relationships, your employees, your family, is the one that's deposing you? He's incited okay, so he's incited so many people, trying to engage so many people, trying to recruit so many people. Oh boy, this is wild, right? Wild. Nobody in their right mind is going to be happy with that individual. And I gave him everything. Well, actually, I'd say I held back quite a bit, to be honest. And so he files a motion afterwards saying, Jeremy told me to shut up. I want it all released, which he did not say or state is that he would literally interrupt me as I was sharing incriminating evidence about him and about his clients and about other individuals who are now named within this lawsuit and more that will be named at a further date. He doesn't mention that in his motion. Oh, Jeremy told me to shut up as I was interrupting him because I don't want on record the incriminating evidence. Thank you so much for the 2 super chats that just came in for $10 a piece. Thank you. Appreciate that. So literally, he would ask me a question, and as I would give him the answer, and I would start the incrimination, literally telling him how he has incriminated himself, and he would start to interrupt me, and I would go, "Shut up! You asked me a question. I'm going to finish the answer, and you're going to listen to it." And he would just sit there and get another paper towel, rocking back and forth. And then he would go, when he didn't get the answer that he liked, and he didn't like that I was sharing all this incriminating information on the record, he would go, "Let's move on now." I'd say, yeah, that's probably the best idea you could actually do is move on right now. All right. So let's keep going on in regards to, so this fool literally files a motion before my deposition that he wants it, everything sealed. Then after the deposition, he wants it unsealed. This is like Lynette. My mom died. My mom didn't die. But it gets crazier. Then he cancels George's deposition. No, he did not further out or reschedule. He canceled completely. Mercedes-Benz, thank you so much for the $1. We appreciate that. Thank you. You guys have no idea how much this means to us. He cancels George's deposition. He goes, "We're going to cancel George's deposition indefinitely until further notice." And we still have Shara's deposition on Friday. So, number one, I want to clearly state that I will be there on camera for Shara's deposition in support of Shara, of what Shara is sharing in regards to this case. And Shara, if you're watching, I want you to know that Deuce is very, very afraid of you. And very afraid of what you have. Larry, thank you so much for the $9.99. And I also want you to know he's terrified of me. You will witness him. Witness him. Now that I've stated it and made it public, he's probably going to do everything he can to fight off the paper towels and the rocking back and forth. He is terrified of what you have, Shara. Megan Fox is in the chat. Do not miss Megan Fox's coverage of this. Probably tonight with Tug or without Tug. You know, it doesn't matter whether it's with Tug or without Tug. Watch Megan Fox. Watch that umbrella guy Tug. Rosalind Duke is in there too. Man, she's been putting out some good stuff. Susan, thank you for the $19.99. This has been probably one of the most insane weeks, okay? Insane weeks. All right? And so, Shara, I want you to know, if you are in the chat, if you are watching, that I will be right there the entire time. And he is terrified of what you have against him. Absolutely terrified. You go, Jeremy, how do you know? Because he was asking me questions about it. Oh, and he's terrified of me. And I guarantee you, as of right now, this afternoon, thank you, Veteran Nation, thank you so much. He's more terrified than ever because he has officially been named in a motion as a defendant in this federal case, and such has another walrus. Greta, thank you so much for the $4.99. We appreciate all the prayers. We need all of the prayers. So officially in the federal case, Deuce is now been in motion, filed as a defendant. And so has one of the walruses. Now, keep in mind, this is wave one, okay? This is wave one. And if these individuals out there, Victoria, thank you so much. These individuals out there want to keep jumping on this train, want to keep jumping into the conspiracy of defamation to try and destroy me, my life, my relationships. James, thank you so much for the 20. You will be included as well. If you want to continue to steal my content, you want to continue to steal my intellectual property, just understand these are not threats. And that's what I find so unusual about these individuals. Thank you, Nay, for the $9.99. I find it so concerning about these individuals that go, oh, Jeremy just puts threats out there. Jeremy doesn't put threats out there. As a matter of fact, I love people, no matter how dumb they are. Dumb people probably need the most love, right? And to give them a warning. Now, when my children are little, what is the one thing you tell them about a hot stove? Don't touch the stove. You will be what? Burned. Is that a threat? No, that's not a threat. That's a reality. You jump on this defamation conspiracy. Can you call Randy and see what he needs? You jump on this defamation conspiracy. And Redar, thank you so much. You jump on this defamation conspiracy. And this isn't an aspect of a threat. This is the aspect of you touch the stove, you will get burned. Are you calling him right now? Yeah. All right. Angela, thank you so much for the $17.99. And Juliet, thank you so much. All right. So where are we at now? Well, we are at the aspect that that Shara is going to have her deposition tomorrow morning, and I will be there for the entire thing. I promise. I'll be there right with her in support of what's going on. And all right, so he knows I'm on the live. All right, so Randy knows I'm live. Does he need me right away? No. Okay, we're good. Randy doesn't need me right away. Okay, this is all about the federal case. This is all about the federal case. So Randy's called me 2 times while I've been on live with you with this breaking news. So I want to emphasize yet again, Dawn, thank you so much. Thank you for the $20. By the way, Dawn has actually sent us some pictures of her Disney pin collection. It's going to blow your mind. We're going to show it to you soon, probably Sunday night.
He said it's an urgent call.
Okay, I'll call him. I'll call you when I'm done. So, so Shara will be on Friday, which is tomorrow morning. There was another super chat. Thanks for all of you who are sending super chats. Thank you so much. This has destroyed our income. We're over $215,000 in the hole right now in regards to this illegal activity that's been done to us. Shauna, thank you so much. So Shara is going to be deposed on Friday, and what Shara is releasing is mind-blowing. Now, we haven't even shared, and Shara hasn't even shared everything that she has. Here's the other thing. Jamie hasn't shared everything she has either. When you tell somebody, don't touch the stove, it's hot, you will get burned. That is not a threat. Grandma Teresa, thank you so much. I can't even begin to explain to you guys the super chats that are coming in, the support that you have shared with us, what it means to us. and your prayers, because this has affected us all in horrible ways. Beth, thank you so much for your super chat as well. This has affected us in mentally, which affects us physically, which affects us socially. Socially, we are literally at a point where we trust nobody to come onto the property. So when we ask about, people are like, are you doing Christmas in the Creek? Christmas in the Creek is now being handed over to the town of Otter Creek, is where it all started in the first place. Nay, thank you so much. And we would have never felt comfortable or secure with all the death threats, which we get on a daily basis from these insane people. Mama, thank you so much. And constant more insane people jumping on. Tom, thank you for the 20. And jumping on board and threatening our lives and our livelihood and our businesses and our relationships. Socially, we have literally gone, like, we are so closed down right now. If you're in, you're in. But there ain't new people coming in. That's what it amounts to socially. We have literally shut the doors. Sarah, thank you so much. Lulu, thank you so much. We have shut the doors on our comfortability of adding any new people into our lives, and because of the insanity. Brandy's, thank you so much for the $5. Okay, so you want some big shocking news? All right, remember when John Crook in his deposition was talking about Crazy Connie? Crazy Connie, right? Because there was this whole issue with Connie in Northport. Caroline, thank you so much for the $49.99. And Crazy Connie has come forward. Now, what other cards are we holding? Not going to share that with you yet. But let's look at this pattern of their lives. They defame Crazy Connie, which she is not crazy by any stretch of the imagination. She is a public official, well-respected in Northport, educator, literally knows how to write a sentence and how to communicate effectively. Unlike Deuce, who's watching right now, who time after time, Tess, thank you so much for the $10. Gina, thank you for the $9.99. Can't wait to see you next week. Time after time, I had to tell him, do you know how to formulate a sentence? Time after time, I said, you are the most incompetent, you are the most foolish lawyer I have ever not paid for in my life. Self-incriminating yourself, self-incriminating your clients, and doing it all on my behalf and benefit. Like, over and over and over in the deposition, I told him this. The man literally could not speak a full sentence or even formulate a question. Jeanette, thank you for the $5. Okay. Connie is not crazy. Connie's well respected in Northport, and she's come forward. Guess what Connie had to do with their defamation? They defamed her. They created Facebook pages. By the way, you're going to see this evidence coming forward. It's going to be in federal court. You're also going to see it on Megan Fox. And I can't stress this enough. Go watch Megan Fox. Probably tonight and the next night and the next. There's so much going on. There's so much going on. And what we have done, I want to be clear. What we have done, this has taken a toll on all of us so mentally, which takes a toll on our physical health as well. That when I came back to Florida, I went, we're not covering this anymore. We're going to cover it all afterwards. But this is too big in the aspect of the breaking news right now. Audrey, thank you for the $2. This is too big because this needs to be out there for accountability, for our protection, for safeguarding information. This needs to be out in the public. Okay? So, Connie is a well-respected individual. What do you think Crook and Lynette did to Connie? The exact same thing that they did to us. Rebecca, thank you for your super chat. They defamed her, libeled her, all over social media. She sent them a cease and desist and said, if you don't stop, you're going to be in court. And guess what they did? They went, oh, there's this guy with money over in Otter Creek. I think we can go grift off of him instead. And guess what they did? They stalked us to Otter Creek, did the exact same thing when they didn't get what they wanted. Gary, thank you for the $10. Guys, this is just so, thank you so much for the super chats. Thank you for your support. This means so much to us. Like, this is so encouraging to us. They did the same thing to Connie in Northport. And not only that, Connie is giving other witnesses for federal court to show the pattern of what they do. They go somewhere, they grift, they don't get what they want. Pamela, thank you for the $20. They defame, and then They burn that bridge, they go somewhere else. They burn the bridge, they go somewhere else. They burn the bridge, they go somewhere else. Well, this time in Otter Creek, they couldn't go anywhere else. They don't have a finished house. Nobody in their right mind would ever pay for that junk piece of property. Their grift of getting money, promotion, which obviously they now have both money and promotion. They got it the wrong way. They got it the back door through the negative way. Interesting, huh? So they ultimately did get what they wanted, but they didn't get it from me. They didn't get it from George. They didn't get it from Deanna. They have a pattern of doing this everywhere they've gone. Connie is coming forward for federal court as a witness as well. Not only that, she's sharing other officials, public officials from Northport, who are coming forward to share what they've done to these people as well. This is not just a Jeremy and George thing. This is a constant life pattern thing for them, destroying people's lives. You're even going to, she literally states that her grandson, Landon, is physically abusing the child. What happens? I don't get what I want from this individual. Now I'm going to make gross defamatory statements against them. And it usually has to do with the child, and it usually has to do with some adult thing. Thank you so much, Lindy Lou. And we want peace of mind. To the point where when I came back to Florida, I sat down and I said, listen, we aren't going to talk about this anymore. You can watch Megan, you can watch Tug, you can watch these things on your own time. During work time, we're not going to watch it, even though sometimes, all right. Let's admit it, guys. We still watch Megan Fox and that umbrella guy during work, don't we?
And Shizzy.
Okay, and Shizzy, we're watching.
Listen while we work.
All right, we listen while we work. We're watching Megan Fox, that umbrella guy, Shizzy, and Veteran Nation. We're watching a few others as well. But the grotesque, defamatory hate channels, those are off limits, because the horrific things, the illegal things they're saying and doing are not okay. And it's made a direct impact on mental health, which makes a direct impact on physical health. It's makes a direct impact on our social health, to where we've literally closed ourselves in. And now the ranch is up for sale. Our dream of the ranch property and the dream of what we wanted to do with the ranch property is up for sale. And isn't that interesting that Marla Huge is clearly stating, go after his money, go after his money, go after his money. What do you think is going to happen with Marla in federal court? Okay. All right, Dawn, thank you so much for the $20. Man, the outpouring of love in the super chats is just amazing right now. All right. I know there's some that weren't here from the beginning. I'm going to try and summarize and tell you where we're headed, okay? So, my deposition was on Monday. It was the biggest joke in the world. Deuce is the biggest joke in the world. He is claiming that he's a famous lawyer. No, he is probably the most hated lawyer on YouTube. He would be infamous in that regard. And George's deposition was scheduled for Wednesday, which he canceled indefinitely. To say that he walked away limping from that deposition is the biggest understatement in the world. He was made to be a fool. Information was thrown at his face about his own incriminating activities and those that he associates with, and he does not want people to know about that, which is why I filed the motion. What he does want is people to know that I told him to shut up. Many times. This isn't an aspect of where I go, no, I didn't tell him to. No, absolutely. He would ask a question, then interrupt me as I was answering the question. I would tell him to shut up. I even told him, I said, for as big as your nose is, your mouth is even bigger. Shut up and listen to my answers. At one point, I even told him, say my name! Say my name! So it was... There's a lot of funny stories to come out of the deposition. There really is. There's a lot of funny stories to come out of the deposition. And I pray to God you're going to be able to see him in all of his ridiculous...
Sweat.
It's just wiping. The man literally can't even think of something off the top of his head. He had everything written, even the guidelines for the deposition, which every lawyer should have already. You should already know. All right, if you have a question, you want me to clarify a question, just stop, pause, and ask me to clarify a question. All right, you understand that you're under oath. I mean, I can do it. I'm not a lawyer. And he couldn't do it without reading. Could not doing without reading. Kirby, thank you so much for the $20. He cannot think on his feet. Oh my goodness, I could never imagine him in an actual courtroom. If he doesn't have it in writing, if somebody didn't give him something to tell him what to say, he can't function. It's hilarious. Now, Shara's deposition is tomorrow morning, and I will be there. I will be there right with Shara. While we are not in the same state, I will be on camera, and he is terrified of what she has, and he should be, and so should others. Now, that being said, this afternoon, a motion was filed to add new defendants to the federal case, Deuce being the first, and the fat walrus Lisa Lee, whose real last name is Weeks. Wait, no, Meeks. No. She can't be related to Russell Meeks. It's Weeks. So listen, whether you are a supporter of What the Hales or a hater of What the Hales, you better do your due diligence in regards to this individual's background, because it's all coming out in court. All coming. You know, one of her business names was Fat. What's that vulgar word she called it? I'm going to say Bass. And then if you think about purgatory over there, you know, turd. So if you put that Bass with the beginning of purgatory, that's one of her business names. She wants to talk about people's size and making fun of their size and different words. And isn't that interesting? You better do a lot of background checking on this individual before you send them money.
She is not a nice person.
Oh, you're not a nice person. You should do a lot of background check before you do anything. And thank you so much for the $5. Now, this is wave one.
Look who she's married to.
Yeah, and then find out who she's married to. This is wave one. There are others that are, you know, there are people that love gators that are going to be added to this. There are people that are a pile of guano that are going to be added to this. There are people who think they're supa when all they are is stupa that are going to be added to this. This is all part of a conspiracy of defamation. They have all aligned in this aspect to do this to me and to us. This is wave one. Understand that's wave one, officially, as of this afternoon, which he was made known of it yesterday. Now, here's what I want you to know about that, okay? And he's going to deny everything, but it's in the public record sent to the magistrate. So he receives a call from my lawyer yesterday. Says, by the way, in federal court, whenever you file a motion, you have to contact the opposing party and let them know what the motion is. Do you have a problem with the motion? Randy told him yesterday, we're filing a motion to have you dismissed as counsel. We're filing a motion to have you as a defendant and Fat Lisa Walrus. And he lost it. He started screaming. And Randy goes to me, Jeremy, you know how you were upset and you were mad during your deposition, which Randy thinks would be amazing to show the judge. Like, this is what this man has literally orchestrated, this anti-what the Hales ecosystem. And to show, Randy goes, you didn't show enough emotion. And he goes, he was 1,000 times that. For 2 minutes, he screamed, yelled, and cussed me out. And then he hung up on me. Then Randy calls me and tells me what's happening. He's like, you're not going to believe it. He's literally calling me. Deuce is calling me right now. He goes, I got to go. I got to take it. Deuce calls him back, apologizes. I'm sorry. Sapphire Sky, thank you for the $2. She said, more Kool-Aid, please. Oh my goodness. And then he calls back and he goes, yeah, you're being named as a defendant. And so is a walrus. And there'll be another walrus that'll be coming as well. This is wave one. Double Karma, thank you so much. What's that word, JH? Louder, JH, louder. Say it again. Say it again. Double Karma. Man, Karma just keeps getting us. Little Acorn, thank you so much for the $5. Oh my goodness. So Bruce calls him back and then gets off of thank you for putting in the YouTube channels for the individuals that we had mentioned, that their coverage is just, they recognize truth and they share truth. They don't always agree with me. As a matter of fact, they probably agree with maybe half of what I say or do. And it doesn't matter if you agree. It matters the facts. It matters the evidence. George and I don't agree on a lot of things, but we love each other. Kayla, thank you so much. Or Carla, thank you so much. You can have relationships with people and not agree with them on everything. Actually, that's part of the thing that makes relationships fun. So he calls Polymer Clay. Thank you for the $10. Man, thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys. And he calls back, and Randy says, "Yeah, you're being included as a defendant, and so is the Walrus." And then gets off the phone. Randy calls me again, and he goes, "I just got an email from Deuce. Deuce is now trying to play, Sandy, it is unreal. Deuce is now trying to play like we didn't have that phone call." And he goes, "Is this guy schizophrenic?" I was like, "Well, you thought he had a stroke. Now you think he's schizophrenic." I went, "No, he's just trying to put everything in writing to pretend like it didn't happen so he can continue to lie. So call him out on the lie, send him screenshots of your actual phone record." And he goes, "And you'll testify in Pensacola in front of the magistrate as well that I called you afterwards and with your phone record, right, Jeremy?" I said, "Absolutely. Absolutely." So Deuce then tries to play like the phone calls never happened. And then Randy sends the emails with calling him out on it to the magistrate and text the screenshots and the whole deal. Would you say he blacked out?
Blacked out during his rage.
I probably blacked out during his rage. Helen, thank you so much. So George and Deanna are saying he probably blacked out during his crazy, insane rage. And which we have heard from both Shara and Lynette that Deuce screams and yells at them all the time, which is not unlike what we have witnessed at the swamp with GB screaming and yelling at his son Z all the time. Literally, and his daughter's coming out and calling him out on it. Why do you treat him like that? Why? What makes you think he's going to respond to any of that? Which, by the way, he will be added as well. He is a huge part of this. And why? Touch the stove, you will be burned. It's not a threat, it's a reality. How foolish for people to have to go, "Yeah, I got to touch. I got to touch. Oh, I got hurt. Oh, what? This is real? Oh, this is real. This is real life, extreme real life." So Deuce then tries to play off like, no, this didn't happen. These phone calls never happened. I didn't go off and rate, and it's all documented, and it's already to the magistrate. So as of this afternoon, there was an attempt to get it into the court system last night. It wasn't finished. As of right now, the motion to include Deuce and the Walrus as a defendant is real. It's live. It's in federal court. And you better be very, very careful who you send money to and what you send it for. Janice, thank you so much, $4.99. Man, thank you, Janice. Thank you. This isn't about money. This is about principle. These individuals have broken the law. They have attempted to destroy our livelihood and our lives and our relationships. This isn't okay for anyone. Nobody should be stalked. Nobody should be harassed. Nobody should be threatened. Nobody should be defamed, libel. The list can go on and on. Nobody should be the direct impact of a anti-what the Hale's ecosystem. It's insane. I've never seen anything like this in my life, to the point where her family is ready to testify against her in federal court. The officials in Northport, thank you so much, Joan, for that $10. The officials in Northport are coming forward to testify her in court. She did this exact same thing to them. Jack's mom, thank you for the $5. They grift off of people, they burn bridges, then they run. They grift, they burn bridges, they run. They grift, they burn bridges, they run. They will be held accountable. It doesn't matter if they don't have any money. We're not looking for money. We're looking for legal accountability. Double karma. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. Freaky cat. Thank you so much. None of this is about money. This is about principle, and nobody ensuring this never happens to anybody again. And this is the one thing that we tell all of our YouTube friends now, because we didn't think about it in the beginning. The most important thing that you can think about when you're going to start a career on YouTube is security. Security. Denise, thank you so much. Suzette, thank you so much for all these super chats coming in. The biggest thing you could ever think about is security. Security is huge. Security is huge. And we didn't think about it because, and this is the thing George always tells me. She's like, "Jeremy, you trust too many people." She always goes, and Deanna just yelled fact. She goes, "You trust too many people." And she goes, you don't give trust until it's earned. Oh, somebody just sent another super chat. Thank you so much. And I always say the other thing. No, trust isn't earned. It's given until you're given a reason not to trust them. And I always trust implicity up front. And so when Lynette originally emailed us saying, I'm a super fan. I'm your new neighbor. I just bought property. Will you bring your tractor over? Which she's lying and stating that she saw me on the tractor in the road. Lies. Why would my tractor be in the road? Why would I be on the tractor in the road in the first place? When at that time, all I owned was the 70 acres. Why would my tractor be on the road? Oh, that's right. It wasn't. It never was. She's a pathological liar. She's a grifter. And so this should never happen to anybody. And if you're contemplating a YouTube career, the very first thing that you should think about is security, 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 security. Hale's headquarters is extremely secure. We are not secure in Florida yet. And Gary just said Deuce's wife better find a third job now to pay for his defense. Ain't that the truth? You think she's gonna stick with him after all this? I mean, honestly, you think she's gonna stick with him after all this? The mess he's gotten himself into, and now her as well. And so the defamation, the harassment, the horrific lies. I see what you're doing there, George. A little bit more. Oh my goodness. Oh, look at the defendants all around me right now. The extortion. Oh my, you guys see? Yeah, I think they get the joke. I think they get it. I think they get the joke.
Oh, one more time.
Okay, one more time just for effect. Bubbles and the Walrus are officially in a motion as defendants in the federal case.
Here you go. Here's your service light.
Oh, got me a little lice right there. I saw another super chat come through. Thank you so much. I am on my phone. I can't see every single super chat. So in summary of what's going on right now, and this is huge, and this is a huge week of everything coming out. My deposition was Monday. Deuce, before the deposition, want all depositions sealed. Jill, thank you so much for your super chat. Charlie Brown, thank you so much for your super chat. He wants all depositions sealed. After the deposition, now he wants them unsealed. Just mine. He just wants mine unsealed. Not everybody's, just mine. Doesn't work that way. And he has now been named, Charlie Brown again, thank you for the super chat. He's now been named as a defendant, as has the Walrus. Oh, do you think the Walrus is still going to go live tonight? You better believe it. And you're thinking, why in the world do they still have a channel? They won't for long. We've allowed the theft of content to go on this long. Per the motion today, 87 videos of theft. 87. 87. We've allowed it to go on this long because if somebody's digging a hole, you might as well let them keep digging and digging and digging until they hit stone. Well, they just hit it. They just hit it. So YouTube will work with us to remove that. Now they're going to talk about another lemur channel. Well, they've already stolen content there too. That'll be taken care of as well. So that process will actually start now that the motion for additional defendants has been filed. And Kathleen said, can Deuce cancel Shara's deposition? No, because we are actually deposing Shara. Now he will have a chance to actually cross-examine her in the deposition. He's scared to death of what she has. He has been threatening her with a lawsuit. There is no lawsuit. Not only, well, here we go. He can threaten all he wants if he wants to keep bringing it. There's countersuits. He's now a defendant in a federal case. And when the jury awards, as I believe they will, and it could be hundreds of thousands, it could be millions, where do you think it's coming from? Frankly, for all I care, it could be no money. They just make it stop, and these people are held accountable for what they have done. They're horrific, horrible, evil people. Evil, evil people. And anybody else that wants to jump on that train with them, see you in court. Are we vexatious litigants? Absolutely not. Isn't that funny that people want to call us vexatious litigants? Paul, thank you for the $5. As they've done all this to us. But they don't want to call Deuce a vexatious litigant who has, wait, is that 3 lawsuits now in Florida? Oh, by the way, he asked me during the deposition, he asked me, he goes, you wear a Cleveland Indians hoodie. They changed their name to Guardians. You find that, don't you care about who you're offending? Wait, this is the guy who has said some of the most horrific things about me. This is the guy who posts anti-Trump, anti-MAGNA all over Facebook. And he's coming to Florida, who is pro-MAGNA, pro-Trump, with 3 court cases. He's worried about me offending somebody by wearing a Cleveland Indians hoodie. Now, we do not get political on What the Hales, and do not start getting political in the chat or in the comments. It doesn't belong on this channel. But for somebody to ask such a stupid question, who has done such horrific things, who calls people idiots and morons and goes, you're not a lawyer, I have a law degree. For such a law degree, he's incriminated himself and his clients and others in a federal case. How good was that law degree? That's the breaking news. More defendants have been added today. This is the first wave. As others continue to jump on this conspiracy of defamation, there will be more. Slipknot, thank you so much. Les Wag, thank you so much for all the super chats, guys. We truly, truly appreciate it. It means the world to us. And all of your prayers mean the world to us. Char's deposition is tomorrow. Make sure that you continue to pray for her. And again, Char, if you're watching, I will be there. I will be there purposely. I don't have to be there. I'm there to support you as you're supporting me. Because loyalty means something to me. Your word means something to me. Maybe I'm in the wrong generation. I know it's almost 2025, but loyalty and your word actually means something to me. Being a person of action and doing what you're saying you're going to do means something to me. Thank you so much, Jack's mom. And I'll be there. And keep in mind, Shara, he's a defendant. He's a defendant in a federal court case where he has incriminated himself and his clients and added more defendants to this case and more to come. And Shara, you're not one of them. Oh, should we say hashtag we're the good guys? Oh boy, it's about to get crazy. Wendy Bono, thank you so much for the $10. Blame Jeremy. If you haven't seen Megan Fox's video of Blame Jeremy yet, go watch it. It is hilarious. And that's one of the things that we love. Through all this horrificness, we can still laugh. To the point of we can still laugh about things such as, Gramine, thank you so much. We can laugh about blue porta potties. They're coming soon. I promise you. What the Hale's blue porta potties are coming soon. Absolutely coming soon. All right. That's your update. There is going to still be a video today at 5:30. There's just so much breaking news. And by the way, I just told you this much. Sapphire Sky, thank you for the $5 more. There's this much more I haven't told you. Boy, if I were to tell you what Jamster, which Jamie Starr Johnson is sharing, it would blow your mind. If I were to tell you what's coming out of Northport right now, it would blow your mind. If I was to tell you and pull all the cards out from behind my back, what I haven't shared with you yet, it would blow your mind. Don't forget to watch Megan Fox tonight. Don't forget to watch Tug tonight because there will be more information there. And we've pulled back because we're sick and tired of it. We're so sick and tired of this in our lives. We want it gone. Nobody should have to live through this. Ruth Johnson, thank you for the $2. Nobody should have to live through this. Nobody. And so while we've pulled back and there are things that we still are sharing with you as you're praying, we want there to be follow-up, but we need accountability. This has to be put out there for accountability. These people cannot get away with this horrificness. These people cannot get away with this evil. These people cannot get away with doing this to other individuals. And if we have to be the first people to step up to stop them, so be it. And it hurts. It hurts us in our hearts. It's hurt our relationships. It's hurt the community. Taz, thank you so much for the $5. But we need it to be done. We need to get to the point of healing after this case is all over. Which, by the way, Judge Davis just set a date for the summary judgment hearing, February 5th, for the thumbnail lawsuit, which is another ridiculous lawsuit, and where we will most likely be awarded all attorney fees from Lynette. And wait, is that Scott R. or Scott S. Stark? Oh, maybe we should ask Deuce, as he illegally filed. Oh, by the way, he's the same guy who admits on live streams he illegally filed in the federal case for Lynette when they're supposed to be pro se indigent. Oh, you think this guy's in trouble? Oh, no, 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 no. It's beyond that point. It's way beyond him being in trouble. Megan Fox, we appreciate you. And make sure you check her out tonight, Tug out tonight, Shizzy Wiznut, and Veteran Nation. And the list is probably going to go on and on. This is a real issue for YouTubers. If they win, this changes the landscape for social media, for TV, for cable, for magazines, for newspapers, in all of history. This is important for you as you are actually watching. Never forget to exercise your right, your First Amendment. Exercise it, utilize it, and don't ever stand for this kind of horrificness from horrible, evil human beings, such as Deuce, such as the Walrus, such as Lynette, such as Crook. Stay weird, my friends. Yeah, you're weird and we love it.